Hello students, welcome you to this session. In today's class, I'm going to discuss probability. One of the very simple topic, at the same time very important, right? So a lot of thinking, so you should understand the question properly. Formula and all there, but it is not going to help you. Okay, so with clear understanding is important in probability. You can score mark very easily, at the same time you may lose mark also very easily. Okay, full mark வாங்கலாம், அப்படியே மார்க் கம்மியாகிறதுக்கும் சான்ஸ் இருக்குது. So learn this very carefully because very less calculation. பெரிய ஃபார்முலாலாம் படிக்கிறது கிடையாது, வெரி சிம்பிள். ஓகே, ஸோ ஜஸ்ட் வி ஸ்டார்ட் டு த பேசிக்ஸ். ப்ராபபிலிட்டி, வாட் இஸ் ப்ராபபிலிட்டி? இட்ஸ் அ சான்ஸ், லைக்லி இல்லை. ஸோ இன் மேத்தமெட்டிக்ஸ் எல்லாமே சர்டன் தான். இப்போ 2 + 3 we say 5, right? 2 × 3 6, always like that. But life is not like that, right? நம்ம ஒன்று நினைப்போம், அது நடக்காது, right? So what we think, it may not happen. So the certainties, lot of uncertainties are there, right? So the chances of an event to happen, so that only we learn in probability. Okay, how much chance is there, whether it is likely or not likely to happen, or it is going to happen sure, or it is an impossible. Okay, so percentage means out of 100 we compare, right? Out of 100. So in probability we take the maximum value as 1. So it is sure event, we say it is 1. It is an impossible event, we say it is what? 0. So always probability lies between 0 and 1. So you can see a lot of examples. Random experiments. What is random experiments? So there are certain definitions you have to remember. One is random experiment. Random experiment means it is an experiment which can be repeated any number of times. You can repeat it any number of times and the outcomes are not predictable. முன்கூட்டியே சொல்ல முடியாது கரெக்டாக இதுதான் வரும். For example, you are flipping a coin, you are tossing a coin. ஒரு coin toss பண்ணும்போது என்ன வரும்? You know it is going to head or tail. Either you are going to get head or tail. But கரெக்டாக இதுதான் வரும் அப்படின்னு சொல்ல முடியாதுல்ல. அதுபோல் when you are throwing a die தெரியும்ல, the snake and ladder and all we play on those days. Okay, now we are all in computer games, right? Okay, so there are 6 phases. In each phase one number is there. So there are 6 possibilities, 1 2 3 4 5 6. You know, when you throw a die you are going to get 1, but we don't know what it is, exactly what it is. So that is a random experiment. So tossing a coin, many times we think, right, whether you have to study or not. Okay, we toss a coin and check. Don't do that. In cricket, so who is going to decide whether to batting or bowling? Toss a coin, right? The chances are equal. That is an unbiased one. Okay, it's a fair coin. The chances are equal. Okay, that we take. So some of the random experiments are tossing a coin, throwing a die, taking a ball from a bag containing a lot of color bags, or taking a card from a well-shuffled pack of cards. 52 cards are there, you take one card. So all these are some of the examples for random experiment. When you throw a coin, so what do you get? If you throw one coin, if you toss one coin, your answer is head or tail. But when you toss 2 coins, you may get both may be head, or first is head, second tail, or first tail, head, or both may be tail. When you toss 3 coins, so how many you get, you know? The formula for this is 2 raised to n. Remember this. For coin, you remember 2 raised to n. If there is 1 coin, 2 raised to 1. So 2 outcomes you will get. 2 sample points. Our sample space contains 2 elements. So the set of outcomes is called sample space. Okay, when you toss 2 coins, 2 square, 2 into 2, 4 you are getting, yes. Then for 3 it is 2 cube, you are supposed to get 8, right? So starting with h you write 4, then replace h by t, t by h, h வரல t, t வரல h கொடுங்க. Starting with h, h ல start ஆகிற மாதிரி you write 4. Starting with h, 3, you know, so h h h h h t H T H H T T. If you follow some order, you won't make mistake. நம்ம பாட்டு ஏதோ எழுதணும்னா ஒரு 7 values வரும், அப்புறம் ஒன்றை கண்டுபிடிக்க is very difficult. Sometimes what happen, எழுதுனதே திரும்ப எழுதி வச்சிரும், right? Don't do that. So starting with H you write, you get 4. Now அப்படியே சேஞ்ச் பண்ணுங்க. H வர இடத்துல T, T வர இடத்துல H. அப்போ இது என்ன ஆயிரும்? T T T T T H THT, THH, right? This is coin. Same way in die, when you throw a dice. Here the formula 6 raised to n, because when you throw a die, you are getting 6, right? If you throw one die, the sample space is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. When you throw two dice, the sample space is, both may be 1, 1, 1, 1, 2, 1, 3, 1, 4, 1, 5, 1, 6. Or it may be 2, right? 2, 1, 2, 2, etc., 2, 6. Or 3, 1, 3, 2, etc., 3, 6, right? Like that, 4, 1, 4, 2, 4, 6, 5, 1, 5, 2, 5, 6. Then finally 6, 1, 6, 2, etc., 6, 6, right? So these are the sample points. Now let us see the definition of probability. Definition of probability. Probability of an event we write n of a by n of s. Denominator you write total number of elements in the sample space, right? Total or number of outcomes. Total you write. Numerator you write favorable outcomes. For example, suppose you take this one. Tossing or throwing one die. What is the probability of getting a number greater than 4? Getting a number greater than 4. So total cases 6, right? Total cases 6. So denominator you write 6. Greater than 4 means you can't take 4. It is not greater than or equal to greater than 4. Don't take 4. You take 5 and 6. There are 2 cases. So your answer is 2 by 6 or it is 1 by 3. Probability of getting a prime number. So you must know what is prime number, right? So which is the least prime number? 2. So what are the prime numbers here? 2 is a prime number. 2, 3, 5. There are 3 prime numbers. So number of favorable cases 3. Total cases 6. So denominator is 6. Then favorable cases 3. So 3 by 6 your answer is what? 1 by 2. Okay, like that you can do. And even in 2 dice, the question can be probability of getting, the sum is 8. Sum equal to 8. So you see what are the favorable cases. Sum is 8. First row you won't get anything because first row maximum itself 1, 6. The total is 7 only. Sum is 8 means second row you get 2, 6. 2 plus 6 is 8. Third row 3, 5 is 8. Fourth row 4, 4 is 8. Fifth row 5, 3 is 8. Sixth row 6, 2 is 8. Seventh row 7, 1. No seventh row, right? So stop here. So how many cases? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cases. So the required probability. Denominator is 36 because totally there are 36 elements, right? 36. Favorable cases 5. So your answer is what? 5 by 36. Question they may ask, probability of getting a doublet. Probability of getting a doublet. Doublet means both showing the same number. Rendile ore number varno. 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, 5, 5, 6, 6. There are 6 cases. So your answer is 6 by 36. So cancel 1 by 6 is your answer. Product is 24. Product of that 2 numbers is 24. Only 2 cases, right? 4, 6 and 6, 4. Right? If you multiply other cases, you won't get the product 24. So here 2 cases favorable, 2 by 36, so it is what? 1 by 18. Probability of getting a sum 13, when you add 2 numbers, you have to get 13. Where you get 13? Maximum itself 6, 6, 6 plus 6 is 12. So there is no chance of getting 13. So 0 by 36, so the answer is 0. It is an impossible event, right? So probability of an impossible event is 0. Okay, so like that you can write. Then in bags, suppose a bag contains, say 2 white, 3 green and 5 blue balls. Now we know total number of balls is what? 10. So any question, the denominator you write what? 10. Denominator you write 10. Probability of getting a white ball, denominator 10. Favorable case, white ball. How many white balls are there? 2. So it is 2 by 10. You can cancel and write. Probability of getting not green. Not green. Green means it is 3. Not green means leave that 3. You can get anything else, right? Either you get white or blue, right? So 2 plus 5. It is not green. So you should not get green. Other anything you can get it. So 2 plus 5. So it is 7, right? 7 by 10. So like that you can do this one. And there are some tricks here, some other things you have to remember. You must know when to use union, when to use intersection. All these is very, very important thing. Whenever there is a word or the meaning, at least this or this, A or B, coffee or tea, getting a blue ball or red ball, right? Such cases, if it is set, you take union. If it is numbers, you have to add. So whenever or comes, you have to combine, you add it, okay, or. Same way, and varumbodhu, if it is a set, you take intersection. If it is numbers, you have to multiply. And coffee and tea, A intersection B you have to do, okay. So for numbers, you take multiplication, okay. You are getting divisible by 3 and divisible by 2, okay. So then you have to multiply. Now, this is for, then another thing, very important thing, at least. Suppose when you throw a die, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Question is, at least 3. At least 3. Or a bag contains, see, a bag contains 5 white, say 5 white, 3 green, 2 yellow balls. What is the probability of getting at least 1 white? At least 1 white. At least 1 white means how many whites are there? 5 whites are there, right? At least 1 means 1 or more. Or say they are asking at least 3 white. At least 3 white. What's the meaning of that? At least 3 means you should get 3, minimum 3. 3 or more. So you can take 3, 4, 5. Suppose your parents are asking you, you should score at least 80 mark. What's the meaning of that? You should score 80 or less? No. So you should score at least 80 means minimum 80 avadu vaangano, right? So your mark should be 80 or more, right? So at least 3 means 3 or more. If there are 5 white balls here, at least 3 means 3 or more, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then another one is at most. At most 3. At most 3 na maximum 3. So adavade exceed agakudadu. 3 or less. 3 or less. So here 5 white balls are there. So you can take balls at most 3, maximum 3 white. At most 3 white, maximum 3 white. Appo number of white balls maximum 3 varala, 3 or less. 3 or less means 3 white ball or 2 or 1 or even 0. Okay. At most 3 means maximum 3 da, 3 or less. Okay. Exactly 3 means, okay, it is only one case, just 3 alone. Look at this example. 3 coins, we see this one, 3 coins, totally 8. So you know n of s is equal to 8, right? N of s is equal to 8. Just will show one example. Probability of getting 2 head. Denominator is 8. 2 head means, they didn't say at least, at most, so that means exactly 2. Exactly 2 varudhenga parunga. Exactly 2. Yes. 3 cases, so your answer is 3 by 8. 3 by 8. Suppose the question is probability that at least 2 head. At least 2 means what? 2 or more. Up in the 2 heads alla neenga edukano. Idukku kuda more than 2. More than 2 means this also you should take HHH. 2 head or even 3 head. So there are 4 cases. So your answer is 4 by 8. Okay, your answer is 4 by 8. I'll give another one. Probability that at most 2 heads. At most 2 head means maximum 2. 2 or less. 2, 1, 0. You can't take that 3, right? 2 heads you can take. Along with that, even 1 head you can take. Even 0 head you can take. You can take everything except this one, right? So your answer is 7 by 8. Just one word difference, right? Makes the entire answer different one, right? So 2 head na exactly 2 head. At least 2 or more. At most 2 means 2 or less. Okay, so hope you understood this. So you must know when or comes, what you do? Union or addition and multiplication, intersection, at least. At least means, you know, that is minimum that number, that or more. Okay. Same way at most. So that is important. At most. Okay. At most means maximum, that or less. So whenever we use more than 1, whenever you select more than 1, we make use of combination. That is another separate area. For combination, permutation, I give separate videos. Okay. So for combination, so some basic formula I'll tell you. So whenever selection is required, we use combination. Suppose I want to find actual formula is NCR. The formula n factorial by r factorial into n minus r factorial. This is a formula there, but I'll teach very simple way how to calculate it and tell you what's the meaning of that. 20C3, what's the meaning of that? Totally 20 are there. Suppose there are 20 apples. I want to take 3 at a time. How many ways you can take 3 out of that 20? Okay, so that we denote 20C3. And how to do the calculation? Very simple calculation. You start from 20, reduce 1 by 1. 20 1 reduce பண்ணுங்க. 20, 19, right? 18 அப்படியே reduce பண்ணிட்டே வாங்க. How many times you are reduce? How many terms you write? 3 terms. 20 start பண்ணுங்க. 20 into 19 into 18, 3 terms. By இங்க 3 வர்றதுனால 3 factorial. 3 factorial 1 into 2 into 3. 5 factorial 1 into 2 into 3 into 4 into 5. 7 factorial 1 into 2 into etc. up to 7. Okay. See, suppose I want 10C4. What's the meaning of that? Start from 10. Idhukku meaning enadhu 10C4 na? From 10 you are selecting 4 at a time. How many ways you can take? 10C4 is 10 into, write 4 times. 10 into 9 into 8 into 7 by 1 into 2 into 3 into 4. Since there is 4 factorial. Numerator you write 4 terms. But sometimes you may find difficult. Suppose the question is 20C18. You start with 20, reduce 1 by 1, you have to write 18 terms. It's not easy. So that's the beauty of mathematics. Whenever you find something difficult, people will find some easy method. Okay. So 20C18 can be written as 20C. No change in first and second. 20C. Don't write 18. Instead of that, you subtract and write 20 minus 18. Your answer is what? 2. Now it is very easy, 20C2, you start with 20, write only 2 terms, 20 into 19. By since 2 is there, 1 into 2. You can try direct methods. So very easily you can do that. When you have to use this, whenever the second number is more than half, this method will be easy for you. Okay, so hope you understood how to use these calculations. Then some of the very important results, probability of empty set. Impossible event, probability of phi is equal to 0. Probability of sure event, it is 1. Probability of sure event is 1. Probability of an impossible event, that we denote it as phi, 0. And all other probabilities always lies between. Probability lies between 0 and 1. 0 less than or equal to P of A less than or equal to 1. Another important one, P of A plus P of A bar. Not happening. A not happening. P of A plus P of A bar is 1. Here you can say 2 results. If I want P of A, it is 1 minus P of A bar. If I want P of A bar, it is 1 minus P of A, right? So these are things you remember. Then we have addition theorem. Addition theorem. That is P of A union B. Already I said when to use union, right? Whenever R, we have to use union. P of A union B, the formula, P of A plus P of B minus P of A intersection B. Suppose there are 3 events, A union B union C, P of A union B union C. First you take one at a time. In sets you may have a formula, right? N of A union B, same thing here. So P of A union B union C is P of A. Take one at a time. P of A plus P of B plus P of C. First 1 at a time, ellame positive. Now we take 2 at a time, everything negative. Minus P of A intersection B, minus P of B intersection C, minus P of A intersection C. Now we take 3 at a time, there you write positive. So plus P of A intersection B intersection C. So you can remember easily, first 1 at a time, ellame positive, 2 at a time, everything negative, then 3 at a time, again positive. Then another important thing, if A and B are mutually exclusive, in sets we call it as disjoint, nothing is common. A intersection B is empty set, right? If A and B are mutually exclusive, A intersection B is equal to empty set, nothing is common. Probability of A intersection B means it will be probability of empty set. And what is probability of empty set? It is 0. Probability of an impossible event is 0. What is P of A union B? Please listen. P of A union B, we have a formula P of A plus P of B minus P of A intersection B. But when A and B are mutually exclusive, A intersection B is empty set, probability of empty set 0, so this last term vanishes. So you will be getting only P of A plus P of B. So please listen, my dear students. Suppose ஒரு questionல A and B are mutually exclusive அப்படின்னு கொடுத்தா உடனே ஆன்சர் டிக்கு 0 அடிச்சிடாதீங்க. See what they asked, என்ன கேட்டிருக்கான்னு பாருங்க. If they ask A intersection B, you say your answer is empty set. A intersection B is not a number, right? Impossible event. P of A intersection B, now probability it is a number, right? So your answer is 0. P of A union B கேட்டாங்கன்னா your answer is P of A plus P of B. Okay, so that's important. And the last one more definition I want to teach you, that is conditional probability. Conditional probability. So here some conditions given, right? So some conditions they are giving, so that is called conditional probability. P of A and P of A given B. Please listen, what's the difference? P of A, we are finding probability of an event A. P of A given B, so we are finding P of A only. Here also we are finding P of A under a condition B. B is a condition. For example, suppose A stands for getting a spade card. You know, totally there are 52 cards, spade cards 13, right? B is a black card. See, suppose if I want to find P of A, what's the meaning? Probability of getting a spade card. Total card 52, spade cards 13. Your answer is 1 by 4, correct? Suppose I want P of A given B. What's the meaning of this? You know, we are finding probability of A. Probability of getting a spade card தான் கண்டுபிடிக்கிறோம். Given B, Bங்கிறது black cards. Black cards are given. Only black cards are given. Totally how many black cards? 26 cards. So only 26 cards you have. From that you are getting a spade card. It is 13 by 26. So your answer is 1 by 2. So this is the difference between P of A and P of A given B. In both the cases we are finding P of A only. First there is no condition, second one there is a condition. Okay, so sometimes both answers are same. P of A given B கண்டுபிடிங்க, you are getting some answer. P of A கண்டுபிடிங்க, அதுவும் சேமா வருது. அப்படி வந்ததுன்னா suppose here 1 by 2, here also 1 by 2, அப்படின்னா the condition is ineffective, right? அந்த கண்டிஷனால எந்த பிரயோஜனமும் இல்லை. So it is not affecting another one. So A is not depending on B, right? A is not depending on B. இப்போ நான் கொடுத்த எக்ஸாம்பிள் A depends on B. B வந்தனா ஒரு ஆன்சர், B வரலனா another answer. So A depends on B. ரெண்டு ஆன்சரும் டிஃபரெண்டா இருக்குது. If it is not depending, that means it is independent. So next event we are going to study independent events. ரெண்டு event independent ஆகணும்னா, so P of A given B is equal to என்னவா இருக்கும்? P of A, or P of B given A is equal to P of B. This is the condition for independent events. Okay, and for conditional probability, here this is a small example just we studied, right? But there is a formula that will be useful. P of A given B க்கு ஒரு formula. P of A given B, probability of A under B, so under the condition B. So the formula P of A intersection B by P of B. P of B given A கேட்டா you write P of A given A intersection B by P of A. How can you remember easily? In both the cases, numerator remains same. P of A intersection B. P of A given B or P of B given A, எது கேட்டாலும் numeratorல P of A intersection B. Denominatorல probability of denominator, like that you remember, so that you won't make mistake, right? Probability of denominator. இங்க B வருது, so write P of B. இங்க A வருது, P of A. Numeratorல P of A intersection B. Suppose இது நீங்க cross multiply பண்ணினீங்கன்னா, you will get P of A intersection B is equal to, if I cross multiply this, P of A intersection B is P of A into P of B given A. The first one, if I cross multiply, this one, if I cross multiply, P of A intersection B is equal to, P of A intersection B is equal to P of B into P of A given B. Okay, so P of A intersection B you can write in two ways. P of A ன்னு start பண்ணலாம். If you start with P of A, second time A goes to the denominator. P of B ன்னு start பண்ணுங்க, then second time B goes to the denominator. Somewhat some hints you keep in your mind, இல்ல அடிக்கடி mistakes வந்துரும். Okay, ரொம்ப கேர்ஃபுல்லா செய்யுங்க. Then the final definition for independent, already said two conditions, right? So two events A and B are independent. Don't confuse with mutually exclusive. That is different. Mutually exclusive common edhum kediyadhu, right? So A intersection B empty set, P of A intersection B is 0, P of A union B is P of A plus P of B. Adella mutually exclusive. Now here independent varumbodhu already I said two things. P of A given B kandupidikkumbodhu your answer is P of A nu varno. Here P of A, here also P of A, without condition, with condition, both answers are same. You can say that two events are independent. Or you find P of B given A, you have to get P of B. Same explanation only for that. And but the most important one is rendu event independent ah varnona, P of A intersection B is equal to P of A into P of B. Idhula endha condition vandalum you can say the two events are independent. The most important one is the last one. How we are getting, P of A intersection B from these to any one of these. Okay. Second one you see second one is P of B given A. What is P of B given A? If the two events are independent, P of B given A is same as P of B. Already P of A into P of B. Illa idhula substitute panningana independent varumbodhu P of A given B become P of A, right? So here also P of A into P of B. Appo independent events, this is the most important one. P of A intersection B is equal to P of A into P of B. So hope you understood all the results. Just explained all the results in probability. So practice more questions. I'll meet you with more basic concepts in the next video.